Hello, and welcome to KCTH 27 News, and today we have more information regarding the South Carolina shooting and Hillary Clinton tries to make history. In entertainment, Anissa will have a Madonna special you simply can't miss. And do you have football withdrawal? Ivan will have your solution in sports along with NBA playoffs and the NFL draft. Sit right there. Chabot News is next here on KCTH 27. Convicted South Carolina cop Michael Slager was caught on tape laughing about his pumping adrenaline. Shortly after, he gunned down Walter Scott, an unarmed black man. According to the New York Daily News, the senior officer suggested he jot down his thoughts once his adrenaline stopped pumping. Slager said, "It's pumping," with a laugh. The other officer replied, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." The recording obtained by the Guardian newspaper emerged on Sunday as the Reverend Al Sharpton praised North Charleston mayor and police chief for the quick, decisive response to the killing. Michael Slager was also caught on tape possibly planting the taser that Walter Scott supposedly had taken from the officer. As you can see in the video, it appears that Officer Slager dropped something next to the body after Walter Scott had passed away. It is unclear what the object was, but many believe it was the officer's taser. There is a lot of pressure now on the South Carolina police officers to review their procedures, and politicians are calling for a review of police procedures nationwide. To no one's surprise, Hillary Clinton announced that she will be running for president in 2016. To the delight of Democrats everywhere, and with the ringing endorsement of President Obama. Hillary Clinton gave President Obama everything he wanted in the race for president, and the president called her a worthy opponent. Not only is the name Clinton still powerful in most political circles, but this will be another possible historical election, the first female president in U.S. history. The Republicans should fear this because they have no name powerful enough to overcome a candidate that will command respect like Hillary will. Only the Kennedy name is more powerful than the Clintons politically. The only name Republicans have among them is Bush. We may be witnessing a golden era in history as the two major events once thought unattainable is within reach, and that is the first black president and first female president in U.S. history. Now it's real. Once a budding superstar with a $40 million contract, Aaron Hernandez was convicted of the brutal murder of Odin Lloyd, who was shot 6 times and left to die. For the first time, Hernandez's attorney put Hernandez there, but said that it was his friends Ernest Wallace and Carlos Ortiz who pulled the trigger. Their circumstantial evidence was overwhelming, and the fact that there was no murder weapon was not enough to save Hernandez from prosecution. According to the Associated Press, all 12 jurors were shocked that the defense admitted Hernandez was there and helped convince them of his guilt. The judge also spoke to them privately after they had reached their decision, telling them about allegations and evidence that not presented in the case, including the 2000 slangs and Lloyd's last text before he died saying he was with NFL. The jurors said that made them feel like they made the right decision. Hernandez's mother and fiance gasped and cried as Hernandez, with eyes red, looked back and said, "Be strong." He was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole, and this decision automatically triggers an appeal to Massachusetts' highest court. We'll be right back with Anissa and entertainment. Stay tuned.
Rapper YC, or better known as Young Chris, learned that fidelity in marriage is very important. Young Chris and Tia Anderson had decided to elope at the end of March, and they invited a handful of their friends to Bellagio in Las Vegas for their wedding. While in Vegas, at the bar, he was caught holding hands with a female bartender while drinking, and the wedding was off. The ring he bought for her was quite expensive, and when he asked, "She going to give it back?" she said, "If he wants ice, ask the bartender." At 56 years old, Madonna can still make the controversial headlines in the entertainment world. During one of her concerts with the Canadian singer Drake, rapper, she unexpectedly kissed him on the stage as they made out for a few seconds. To the admiring of the screaming fans, however, Madonna did not expect Drake to look horrified and wipe away the French kiss. Madonna has never been shy about kissing, either male or female, on stage, and I guess this is no exception. According to Leslie Messer of ABC Kelsey's Grammar, better known as the iconic TV star Frasier, said that he forgave the man who murdered her sister more than 4 decades ago. While forgiving himself, in 1975, the actor's younger sister Karen, then 18 and living in Colorado, was abducted and killed by Freddie Glenn, who was convicted and sentenced to life in prison. I believe the gift of life and freedom he took from my sister precludes him from ever being allowed to enjoy that gift himself. Kelsey Grammer is now heading to Broadway to perform in Finding Neverland, because that is surely where his sister's killer will find freedom. And now we will have the weather report from Paul. So stay tuned to KTCH 27 News.
With the drought in full effect, it will not get any better. However, we have a chance at some rain starting on Sunday, 26th, and continuing through Wednesday with a break on Monday. Then it is back to the regular weather pattern of sunshine with beautiful temperatures from a low of the mid-40s in the evenings to a high of the low to mid-70s during the week. This is a normal pattern that we will be seeing here everywhere in the Bay Area, and both the A's and Giants games will have no problems getting their games in. Even though rain is forecasted, it's predicted it won't last very long and clear up either in the afternoon or the evening. Now here is your 7-day forecast for the week starting on Wednesday, and now we will have Ivan with sports.
There is hope yet to keep the Raiders here in Oakland. Both the Alameda County Board of Supervisors and the Oakland City Council unanimously approved Coliseum City, an aggressive $1.2 billion stadium and business model that will not only include a new stadium for the Raiders, A's, and Warriors, but hotels, apartments, businesses, and homes. This brought joy to the Raider Nation, but not the NFL, according to the Tribune. The NFL stadium czar Eric Grubman ripped city leaders for their inactivity when he was here several months ago and is pushing city leaders for some progress. Oakland and Alameda County have begun discussions with Floyd Kephart to advance Coliseum City, which will be built on a 120-acre Coliseum complex in East Oakland that city and county jointly own. Even though the NFL is not thrilled with the development project for the Raiders, they said if Mark Davis is happy, then so are they. Go Bears! The California Golden Bears basketball team did the unthinkable when they landed Bishop O'Dowd superstar power forward Ivan Rabb. Rabb has been rated in the top 10 nationally by most recruiting services and was Cal's head basketball coach focus once he became the head coach last year. Rabb said, "It felt genuine, and he is a guy who gets vibes from people." The recruiting was heavy for his services, as the final 3 teams were Cal, Arizona, and Kentucky. Rabb is not the only recruit coming to Cal. Tyson Jolly, a highly regarded guard from Oklahoma City, also signed. If Rabb is as advertised, look for Cal to compete for the Pac-12 title within 2 seasons. Sweep! The Warriors did what they had to do and swept the pesky game, New Orleans Pelicans. Anthony Davis averaged over 30 points a game over the last 3 games, but it was not enough to beat the Splash Brothers, including a 20-point fourth quarter come-from-behind victory in Game 3. And for all intents and purposes, this ended the series, as the Warriors coasted in Game 4. The Warriors will now wait for the winner of Memphis and Portland winner, where the Memphis Grizzlies lead 3-1. The earliest the Warriors will play is Sunday, May the 3rd, and the latest will be Tuesday, May the 5th in Oakland. Now let's look at the entire NBA results as of Tuesday night. The draft is upon us, and everyone wants to know who's going where. But we only care about 2 teams, the Raiders and the 49ers. Both teams have a lot of holes to fill, and this draft is deep with talent that could go as deep as 3 rounds with NFL quality players. The 49ers pick 15 and may be going with a top offensive lineman, La'el Collins. This is a big man, 6 feet 4, 305 pounds of pure fury. His specialty is run blocking, where he simply levels his competition. Other needs are cornerback and wide receiver. Now the Raiders need a wide receiver, and there should be 2 of the top wide receivers in the draft to choose from with the number 4 pick. Kevin White of West Virginia was a runner-up for the Bolitnikoff Award, which goes to the top wide receiver in college football. He has blazing speed and is a perfect combination of height, weight, and speed. He was impressive at the combine, running a speed of 4.35. There's also Amari Cooper of Alabama University. Amari Cooper not only was the best wide receiver in the country, he did it in the toughest conference, the SEC. Cooper is the more polished receiver and route runner, and his competition was superior to White's. This will be a difficult decision for the Raiders, but a good problem to have. Finally, we close with an interesting story. Having NFL withdrawal? Well, never fear. I bet you didn't know that football is being played right now. The Alameda County Knights is a part of the UFA, which stands for the United Football Association. And the Knights have existed for the last 25 years. The Knights are one of the better teams in Northern California semi-pro, and they play here locally at Burrell Field in San Leandro, California. They have a game next Saturday, May the 9th, and the address is 2451 T Garden Street, which crosses Marina Boulevard in San Leandro. You can also find a link online at www.akknights.com.
That's it for KCTH 27 News. We would like to thank all the students and staff in the Mass Communications Department here at Chabot College for making this production possible. You can watch us anytime online at ChabotTV.com. Stay tuned on KCTH 27 on Comcast for more Chabot TV.